Episode 7. Yo, we here, man. We AmiBros. Episode 7. Episode Siete. I go by the name of EG. I'm here with the way better co-host.
Yes, sir. Troy way better. Don't say the way better before the Troy.
And my other co-host, rumors has it, he's never late for dinner. Never.
I mean, sometimes. Sometimes I've been late.
But
Sometimes.
they don't call you late. They don't call you late for dinner. We got we here with it, man. We got a quickie for y'all, man. Not my type of quickie. That's like 2 minutes. But we got like a quickie for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We here talking specifically about the draft. So we're gonna dive straight into it, straight into the draft recap. It was a wild draft. It was last episode we made a lot of predictions that probably got tossed out the window from all the trades. And even though I said it was no trades in the scenario,
There's none but trades in the first round.
That's what I'm saying. So Lou, I'm gonna start with you. That water look good too, by the way. I'm gonna ask you off the jump. Which draft pick shocked you off the jump?
Oh man, what shocked me? Probably
The most shocking.
The most shocking to me was the Eagles trading with the Cowboys. In my opinion, I think that was the most shock because I mean that's unprecedented to trade with a division rival. I mean that is unprecedented. So that was probably the most
first round.
Yeah, so that was the most like shocking trade to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was shocking as hell. I think I tweeted right. It was the Broncos. I tweeted. I said, Eagles, if I want to come up for Devontae, I got to come up right now because I disregarded the Cowboys completely at 10. Troy, I'm gonna go to you. The most shocking trade or shocking moment in general.
The most shocking moment was when the Giants traded with the Bears and Bill didn't make that trade. That's what shocked me. With Justin Fields still on the board, I had my fingers crossed. Classic Belichick, he didn't go get him, but yeah, that's what got me.
Yeah, I mean it didn't really shock like Mac Jones. Mac Jones. I feel like he's like the safe Belichick type of pick. Honestly,
yeah, that was the safe.
I'm gonna get into that.
He the safe Belichick. What shocked me that Justin Fields didn't go number 2, but you know what I'm saying. We ain't gonna get into that. That's not the most shocking because we seen him sliding. I think the most shocking, honestly, it's a tie between Penny Swell sliding down to the line.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Or the Bengals really going with Jamar Chase over anyone to protect Mr. One Kneecap.
I got one for you too. The Raiders taking Alex Leatherwood, who was supposed to get picked
in the second or third round.
Second or third round. They took at 17. Yeah. So that was a shocking. That was retarded.
Nah, but the Raiders haven't been drafting well. Period. They for the past 3 years, you look at their drafts, they have not drafted well at all.
Somebody said that John Gruden, all he does is watch the college championships. So he only takes Bama and Clemson players, so he don't know any other players in college football. And that makes sense.
Yeah, because they took Cleveland Farrell, whatever it is, the pass rusher, who wasn't even the best pass rusher on that Clemson team. He took him in the first round last year. But I think it's also Mike Mayock because he was a former draft analyst. He's a GM over there. Yeah, I think he just be trying to outsmart everybody and all that. I don't know what the Raiders is doing. And they gave John Gruden. Every time I see them do anything dumb, I always laugh like, "Yo, John Gruden got a 10-year contract. Like that's our coach for a long. That's nuts to me." Let me see what else shocked me. Yeah, it was a couple of trades. Definitely the Eagles and Giants. We traded with them last year, but also it was the first round that shocked me. Like they really helped us get a premium wide receiver.
Yeah.
Staying on that note, going with you now, Troy. What rookie wide receiver or player do you think will make the biggest impact in 2021?
It's a toss-up. But I think the rookie that's going to make the biggest impact right away, Jalen Waddle. I think Jalen Waddle in Miami is going to make the biggest impact right away because he's just an instant.
Yeah, he's a blur.
That's it. Jamar Chase is close second, but yeah, Jalen's definitely going to be make the biggest impact right away for me.
Yeah, facts. He get the ball, he can score anytime. Mm-hmm. Talk to me, Lou.
From the
Your
wide.
rookie or wide receiver make the biggest impact?
Well, I think the rookie that's gonna make the biggest impact day one, if we're just talking from the first round, I believe it's gonna be Micah Parsons. He's gonna make the biggest impact immediately. But if we're talking wide receivers, I think it's Devontae Smith, and it's not because I'm an Eagles fan and I'm biased, but it's the fact that when you look at their receiving core and you look at the receiving core of the other receivers and where they went, I think that he makes an immediate impact from day one. He's I mean, the tape doesn't lie, and everything that he's done in college is going to convert over to the league because I mean, what correct me if I'm wrong, Leslie, but at the wide receiver, that skill position, it's not much changeover from college to the NFL other than maybe route running and technique getting off the line because the corners are a lot more bigger, a lot more physical in the NFL.
Yeah, that's the most. Yeah, they press more in
And
the
that's
NFL, but
underestimated. That's why a lot of receivers just don't transition. I mean, some receivers
wow,
just
yeah.
don't
Don't
transition well
don't
from.
transition well, right? But I
Hmm.
feel that Devontae Smith, he has all the skill set. He can make immediate impact because outside of Devontae right now, there's huge question marks across the board with the
Dallas
Eagles
Goddard.
wide receiving.
But hold on, we're not gonna dive too deep into the Eagles. Troy, let me come back to you too because you didn't. The second part of the question, you said your rookie wide receiver, but what about your rookie overall player? We're
Hmm.
talking strictly first round. I'm not
Yeah,
strictly
strictly
first
first
round,
round.
but
Let's just
for
stay
the
first.
Overall
for the most
player,
part, yeah.
immediate day one impact was Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, I think Trevor Lawrence
All
day
right.
one is going to step into Jacksonville. I'm not saying that he doesn't make them a playoff team, but I think he's
Yeah,
gonna
he gives them a
instantly.
better chance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's gonna
I
get,
agree.
yeah, he's gonna keep them in some football games. So he's gonna make an immediate impact day one.
For me, rookie wide receiver, I would definitely go with Devontae Smith. He was the best wide receiver, maybe the best player in football last year. He got the Heisman. That's what that means. So he was the best. I'm still shocked that we actually got a good player in general in the first round. But I think Devontae Smith. Also, I feel like because the Eagles, we were so dirt on offense that anything could make us better. But I feel like we have it just goes hand in hand with the best player in college football in a very dirt offense. He gonna make the biggest impact. I feel like the rookie that's gonna make the biggest impact on a team. I gotta go with my boy JF. My boy JF.
Yeah, but
Justin Fields, man. Let me
that's
tell you,
only
Justin
if he
Fields.
starts. That's only if he
He's not.
starts.
He's not gonna start. He's not gonna start because they're gonna cater to Andy Dalton, Lil Carrot Head. He's gonna play a couple of games. It's gonna be cute. Then Justin Fields is gonna come in there and pounce on him like, take them straight to the
It's the
playoffs.
Bears. There's no way they're gonna. Matt Nagy
Matt
and the
Nagy.
GM. This is their last chance, bro. They're not
That's
gonna
right.
keep him
That's what
on
I'm
the bench.
saying.
Like this is their last. That's
That's
why
what
they
I'm
traded
saying.
up for him. They had to
That's what I'm
make. They had to go
saying.
get the quarterback. They had to go make a splash. Justin Fields may start day one, bro. He has to
Mhm.
save their job. Like they need to keep their job.
He
They're not gonna
could.
start
Yep.
Dalton and leave the season and their jobs and their
Mhm.
livelihoods in the hand of Andy Dalton, bro. So yeah.
And Justin Fields, bro, if you watching this, man, if you watch these episodes, I've been rooting for you day one. I seen how you felt. I see you like just holding your jersey up. You was sick, bro, and I
He
was
wanted to be a
mad for you.
Patriot, bro. He
He
really
wanted
wanted
to.
to be a Patriot.
He just didn't want to slide. He was just you were the most
Yeah,
disrespected player in the draft.
he
You
didn't
go
want
and
to
tear
slide.
the league up, and you went to a beautiful. You and Matt Nagy's offense. I feel like that's one of the better places you could have went outside of maybe like the Niners
I wanted
and
him
He
in.
got the
possibly the
Yeah, I
defense. He
wanted
got a
Chiefs.
him.
defense behind him too.
I
With that
wanted him in San
Matt Nagy's
Francisco.
offense,
I
you hear
wanted him in
Justin
San
Fields.
Francisco.
It's time to take the
But
league by
but
storm.
talking
Let's
about
go,
San
Justin
Francisco
Fields.
real quick, I did make my little
You said
innuendo.
maybe that wasn't
But
your
I
definite
just
answer.
had and I put him on my board. I had such a feeling that San Francisco was gonna really pull him. Like I
We got
really
him.
did.
Ooh, who
We
you
have
talking
you
about?
on video
I
saying
almost betted on it too. I almost put money on it.
we have you on video saying I don't think they're gonna take him either. You can't brag about something you ain't definitely picked up.
I'm not saying that I said it. I'm just saying I had put it in the atmosphere. I put it in. It was destined. No, but shout out to Trey. Shout out to Trey. He landed in a great situation.
Big Trey. Trey Lance, you another one I've been
I will
watching for a
say though,
couple
I
of
will
years,
say
man.
all the first round quarterbacks landed in very good spots. Justin Fields, if they don't, that's some. I mean, he got the defense behind him. He got Matt Nagy. I mean, I think all the quarterbacks that won the first round landed in a good spot.
Justin Fields gonna have the depending on when he starts, he will have maybe possibly the best stats of any quarterback this year. Outside because Trevor Lawrence starting from day one.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna have better stats than Zach Wilson.
And didn't they got Marvin Jr. too, didn't they? The Jaguars. They got him in
Nah,
free
Marvin Jones
agency.
Jr. I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
they put some weapons around him. They got my boy Travis Etienne or whatever I can't say his name, the running
Yeah.
back from Clemson.
Etsy. Yeah.
You
They
know
didn't
what?
really
That
need
made no
him.
sense either, because you just had an
They didn't need
undrafted.
him.
You had an undrafted running back
Yeah.
put up the third most rushing yards in the league last year,
Yep.
and you
Yeah.
take
Then
a
drop
running
him.
back in the first round again this anyway. That's Urban
That's
Meyer.
Urban
That's just.
Meyer, bro. Facts. But
But you
after
don't need to
Etienne, he's
invest that.
also
That just shows you don't have to invest
yeah.
that heavily in a running back in the league. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
you
he's
spent the
also a
premium
receiver
pick
though.
on a running back.
He could be used like a Christian McCaffrey type of receiver, but he didn't need it. Not in the first round. He
Go
really
well.
got hiccups.
Speaking of the draft with the running backs, how did you like the pick that we had when we picked up the Memphis running back? How do
You
you
talking about
like
me?
that pick? Yeah.
Me, I loved it. That was one of my sleepers in there. You talking about Kenneth Gainwell? He's
Yeah.
a
Gainwell.
he's another receiver, slot receiver, running back. Super
That makes,
speed.
and you know what's crazy? It makes that running back room so much harder to pin, because the clear cut starter is Miles Sanders,
Of
but
course.
after him, it's like them getting Gainwell. Now it's kind of like, do we go into the season with 4 running backs? Do we go in there with 5? It makes that running back room a little bit more difficult.
Not really. The last couple of years we had like 4 or 5 receivers. For some reason we
Receivers,
carry a
you
lot.
running
I
backs.
mean running backs. Yeah, we carry them. We carry
but
them on the
this
roster
this
all the time.
time, do you take 5? Do you take Jordan Howard? Do you take Boston Scott? Do you take what's his face, homeboy, Killins, or
Agent. Well, they're gonna definitely battle it out, but I think Boston Scott is probably fighting for the roster. He had some good games, good moments against the Giants, but Boston
I mean, he
Scott,
hasn't he
He
hasn't been
definitely
the,
got dive
he
into the
hasn't been the
Eagles.
same since the Super Bowl yet.
huh?
He hasn't been the same since the Super Bowl yet.
Who Boston
Well,
Scott?
matter of fact, maybe the year after the Super Bowl, he hasn't been the
Yeah,
same
he wasn't.
since
He
that
wasn't clear of the
injury.
Super Bowl roster. You
I'm
talking about
thinking
Boston
about I'm thinking
Scott
about
or
I'm,
Corey
I'm thinking about
Clement?
Corey Clement. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got.
Okay.
I think we cut him already. We
Yeah.
cut him already. We might as well jump right into the Eagles and Patriots. But we're gonna go with you first, Troy, because we both Eagles fans. We probably gonna talk longer. How you feel about the Patriots drafts? What's
Y'all
your
already
Patriots
touched. Y'all already.
draft review?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
The whole Patriots, like their draft. What's your
How
review
do you
on that?
yeah,
Like,
how do you feel?
How you feel they did?
A plus. A plus. Obviously,
Plus.
A plus. Obviously, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I wanted Justin Fields as my quarterback, but the more I looked at the Mac pick, and the more I watched the film on him, the more I read about it, and I look at him, and I look at the tape. I love it, bro. I love Mac Jones now. I really love him. So I think it was a great pick. I think it was great that Bill was able to wait at 15 to get him and not have to give up anything to get, what I'm saying, to go get a quarterback. And then we got Barmar in the second round. So we basically got 2 first-round picks. We basically got 2 first-round picks because he was supposed to go in the mid-first round.
Yeah,
Dropped over.
I was actually surprised that he dropped to the second. Yeah,
exactly. So
that was a pick that the Raiders should have made.
So we got him there, and then we got my boy Ronnie from Oklahoma, who was supposed to go in the second round, but we got him in the third. Exactly. So another value pick. He's gonna add. The defense is just stacked. Our defense is ridiculous now. The defense is retarded. And then you look at who else we got. We got Stevenson, a running back from Oklahoma. That's the LeGarrette Blount 2.0. He's like a hybrid. He's like a LeGarrette Blount, Kareem Hunt kind of, just a big back. He can catch.
He looks like them.
Exactly.
He physically looks like
exactly.
them.
And he makes that running back. Y'all talk about y'all running back room. Our running back room is just retarded now. Like Damian Harris, Sony Michel, Stevenson, JJ Taylor. Like it's crazy. So we might have.
Y'all always had y'all had a good running back room for the past couple of years.
Like James White,
and they said that the Patriots are really trending into a more ground and pound style of football, which is good for them because of the quarterbacks that they have.
We've been ground and pound for the past like 2 years now. Before Brady left, we was always a run heavy team.
Whatever the defense can't stop, that's what y'all do.
Exactly.
If they can't stop a punt, Bill will
overall, I think that what Bill is doing right now is he's giving. Obviously, Mac is going to be Mac Jones' team, even if he don't start day one. I still think Cam is going to start, but he's going to be on a very short leash. Like he's going to have at least 2 to 3 weeks max. before, if he has to prove that he can be the starter, it's gonna be Mac Jones'
Mm,
team regardless.
I don't think it's gonna be that short of a
I
leash, to
think,
be honest.
yeah,
Nah, it's gonna be short. Bill is
I
not trying
think
to have a wash season. Bill is not trying to have a wash season. So if Cam doesn't win, if Cam starts the season 0-2, 0-3, he's getting benched, bro. Like if he
I
starts
think
throwing balls
Cam
into the
has to play
ground, getting the ball
bad.
batted away at the line of scrimmage like he did last year, he's getting benched right away.
I think Cam has to play terrible to get benched because Bill has a
That's what I'm
history of
saying.
being patient. He has a history of being patient with the
Yeah, but
backup quarterbacks.
but at the same time,
I
if
get what
Mac
you're
comes
saying,
in,
though. I get what you're
if
saying.
Mac comes into training camp and he's as accurate as he's always been, if he shows he has that accuracy still and he's learning the playbook and he knows the playbook, Bill is gonna put him in there, bro. You know what I'm saying? He might redshirt him, but he's gonna put him in. But what I'm
I hear
saying is,
you because
I think the tools. I think he's giving Mac the same exact tools he gave Tom Brady when he was young: an elite defense, a top O line, and a power run game. So Mac or Cam, they don't have to go in and take over the game and go try to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Just game management. You know what I'm saying? Make
just
the
game
plays
manager. Yep.
when the plays are there. So I think it was an A+ draft. Our defense is ridiculous. It's going to be a top 3 defense this year. I know that for a fact. Our
Ooh,
run game is going to be top 5 in the league.
for a
We
fact.
got a
Ooh,
top 2. We got a top 5 O line. Like come on, man.
I hear y'all
Why
back.
be excited, bro?
Cause y'all really, y'all, you know what I'm
Then we
saying? Y'all
got
really,
Mac 10.
how you think y'all match up against Buffalo?
I think we'll give them a run for their money this year. We're gonna give them
So
a
you
run
think
for.
y'all splitting or what's up? Y'all
Yeah, I
sweeping
see a
them in a little
split. I
series?
see a split. Nah, I don't see a sweep. I see a split though. A dog fight. Both games, dog fights.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad. Christian Baremore, whatever his name is, he was a fire pick. Fire
Yeah,
pick.
he's
And y'all defense is aging. That's one thing about y'all defense. Y'all aging
not
hard as
anymore.
hell because
Not anymore.
I mean
You
no,
got
y'all
young
adding
pieces
pieces,
all
but
over the place now.
for everybody that was opting out, even though a lot of people opted out last year, it's mostly everybody in like the back in the day 30s. But Bill, I get what you're saying. Bill's ego was definitely hurt, which is I feel like Patriots fans are so spoiled. Like y'all had one little bad season out of 20 years, like, and now they should burn. They got to burn Gillette Stadium down. Like get out of here, man. Whew. Lou, start us off with the Eagles, man. How you feel about our drive?
I give us a B. Definitely a B. I felt like we left a lot of players on the table. I didn't like the fact that we waited until the third, fourth round to get a cornerback. I felt like getting a cornerback was should have been a priority. And I'm not mad at us picking up a old boy, the center from
Landon
Alabama.
Dickerson. Landon
I'm
Dickerson.
only upset the fact that there was higher rated centers there, and he was so injury prone. I believe there was one
He not
center
just a
that
center
was
though. He
well,
plays
he
all over
plays. Yeah, he could
throughout the
play.
whole
He could
line.
play all the positions. But my thing is, it's like we needed at this point in time with Kelsey retiring, we have backups, so we have quality players that could kind of fit anywhere on that line. It's just all of what Stoutland is gonna do as far as coaching them up. But I mean, we could have gotten a better center. I would want to say a true center that was younger. I think when he came out of Oregon, there was just a lot of I felt a lot of players that was left on the table that we should have went and got. Corners is one of the huge ones that I felt like we left on the table. I did watch the tape on the corner that we did pick up. I mean, he seems like he
Patrick
seems
Pearson.
yeah, he seems very like he has all the skill sets and everything that could translate to the NFL. But I feel like everybody that we drafted outside of Devontae is a project. We picked up a whole bunch of project players that are not going to be ready for the next couple of years. And I get it, we're in a rebuild, but in the NFL, there's no such thing as a rebuild. It's called a retool. And what you have to do is you have to retool your roster. Either is that getting younger and putting players in quality positions that are going to be stars in the making, or you're going through free agency and you're picking up quality players that are at a good age or just entering their prime, or maybe already in their prime, and you're trying to make your roster better. I feel like the Eagles kind of dropped the ball on it, and that I can't rate them higher than a B.
So B, what you said? You rate the Pats again, Troy? You said A plus.
A plus.
A
A
plus.
plus.
I rate the Eagles a C minus, C plus. I'll give them a C plus. I'll give them a C plus. But that, like, you know what? You know how you do your homework. You know what I'm saying? You get 100, 100, 100. Then you get a whole bunch of zeros, but your grade doesn't drop all the way completely because you got those couple of hundreds. That's Devontae Smith, bro. Devontae Smith is the reason the average even average out a C plus. Let me reiterate this one more time. I hate Howie Roseman. I hate this guy so much. I hate you, Howie. I don't understand how we even got here in this relationship, but I truly hate you. Like I feel like the Devontae Smith was like the gimme. Like, all right, boom. You said you hit it. You hit the nail right on the head. You said it was a whole bunch of projects.
Mhm.
We don't have time for projects, bro. This is not science. We in math class. Everything had to hit. This draft had to be right. Now Devontae Smith, boom. He know how he knows it had to be right. But I feel like he gave us Devontae so we all could shut up. Then he went back to
Yeah.
his Howie ways.
Yeah, I mean,
Landon Dickinson,
honestly, I feel like he just did all of this because he's thinking about next year's draft. The 3 picks in the
I
first
mean,
next
yeah,
year, two
but
two second. Like
I
I really
don't.
felt like he did all of this for next year.
Yes, but why is he thinking about next year when you've been trash
Exactly.
for the last
When
couple of
we're
years,
and we're trying to be
bro?
competitive this year. Like
Landon Dickinson,
I
fire
think
offensive
I think
tackle.
I think you got to realize who your quarterback is too. Jalen Hurts is not going to put you in a serious playoff contending position this year anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, it's yet to
I
take a
be
few
believe we
seen.
could.
projects
It's
this
yet
year.
the jury's still out
I
on
believe
him.
we
I mean,
could.
it's
I believe
it's
we.
yet to
I
be
believe
seen.
he showed good promise. I mean, if you look at the numbers, it's not. It looks bad, but if you
No,
watch
yeah,
the
I'm
game,
high
eye
on
test
Jalen,
him.
but he's not going to
I
step in and you know what I'm
I
saying. Win
believe
the
so, and that
NFC, get you into the NFC Championship game.
that's what I thought in 2016. 2016, we was trash. We was like what 7-9 or whatever we was, and then boom, 17 we ran through the whole league and won a Super Bowl. That can happen that quick. That's what it taught me.
That's true.
But
Let's get hot at the right time.
Landon Dickinson could have been one of the best linemen in the draft. He's a very nasty Quentin Nelson type of player. Like his highlights is nasty highlights. Like, but he's never healthy, bro. Like it's like yo, this man don't value second round picks. Sidney Jones, all right, I can understand. He tore his Achilles at the draft. He didn't have a history of injuries. He just had in a bad injury at the wrong time. So I understand that pick. This man does not value second round picks. I don't understand. Miles Sanders, cool. Boom. Then JJ, I think a White. Like, yo, we need, first of all, second round should be immediate impact player. Also,
Yes.
this man maybe not even going to be an impact for the rest of. He might just get cut after a couple of years of being hurt all the time. He has two ACL injuries as a big ass, fat ass lineman who's nasty and all that big country. But like, yo, this man Howie, bro, it was still like corner is immediate impact. Linebacker JOK was sitting there right there. The
Mhm.
linebacker out of Notre Dame. It's so many immediate impact players we could have had. This man
Owasu was
Howie just
still
want to be.
available.
There was so many different people, bro. He just want to be the smartest man in the room so bad. Boom. Then we go to Milton Williams. I kind of like Milton Williams. He remind me of
Yeah,
Brandon
I
Graham and
do.
all that,
Yeah, I like
this
Mel
and that.
Williams.
But I still think it's probably too high for a defensive tackle. When we have Fletcher, he could be the reins for Fletcher, but we're gonna have Fletcher maybe another 2 years. We just spent all this money on Javon Hargrave. We spent all this money on Malik Jackson 2 years ago that we probably still gonna pay him for. That was still too high. Then he want to finally get a corner, which is Zach McPherson. He's actually good. I think he's a decent corner. He's very good. But we could have. It's not more so of him as a pick. It's what we could have had before him. Like it was so much
Yeah.
more valuable players there. Whatever. Kenneth Gainwell, my favorite outside of Devontae Smith. That's my favorite pickup. The most beautiful pickup. Then after that, it's just a whole bunch of maybes, if so's, and players that's probably not even gonna be on the damn draft. And it's a draft we had to get it right. We have a lot of capital next year, but I don't care about the capital. I don't care about numbers when this man can't get it right. I don't care if we have 20 draft picks. We got 20 draft picks. He can only get two right. That 20 is irrelevant. And
Now,
that's what
my
I'm trying to
question
say.
is,
Uh huh.
my I'm sorry, my question is, with all that capital next year, is Howie the type to use? Like, is he the type to keep those picks and go into the draft and make those picks, or is he gonna
I
flip them
I
into an actual like
I
Julio
think
or some shit, like
no.
flip them into
I
a
think at the
player?
end of the day, he's probably out of the 3 picks that we have in the first round. We're probably going to trade one of them. At the very least, we're going to trade one of them, if not two. But
It would be smart
it
to.
at the end of the day, it all depends on who you're trying to get with those picks. I mean, we're not going to sit here and use 2 first rounders that we have for next year on Aaron Rodgers. You know, that's just not going to happen. It's not. That's not a Howie type of move. Me personally, I think a Howie type of move is using one of those first round picks, maybe in October, and going out and getting a premium corner. That's a Howie move. We did it. Well, we did it with Buffalo when we got Ronald Darby. We that just makes a lot more sense to me. But it we're talking about Howie here. Howie has run this organization as if it was FanDuel's betting. This is, oh, I'm gonna play the money line and I'm gonna hope that I hit. This is what Howie does.
Well, me with I don't know if Howie's Jewish, but I know Jeffrey Lurie's Jewish, and they're cheap as hell. Howie's not gonna he's not gonna trade no first for no picks. He it's in a hit. It's very historical what they do. They do the same things over and over. Howie doesn't trade more than like a third for most players. The Darby trade, he traded a third in Jordan Matthews just to get Jordan Matthews off the books. He doesn't trade more than a third. So I believe he's gonna definitely the first. I believe he's gonna use both for the first. Everything else, I can see him using like a third or something to move back up or something. But I'm hoping Howie's not even on the team next year. Honestly, like I've been saying, get rid of this man for the last couple of years. Like I don't understand how this man still has a job. You've seen the video with Tom. I don't know how to say his last name.
Donahue.
How we just selected Milton
Tom
Williams
Donahue.
and how he went around. Yeah, sitting running around.
Oh yeah.
Nobody was even.
Well, I
nobody was
mean,
even paying attention to
I
this
mean,
man.
but Tom
Nobody
Donahue
was even paying
did
attention.
speak up about that. He did
Yeah,
say
well,
that it wasn't the fact that it was the pick, it was the fact that we had to move back for the pick. That he didn't agree with the trade to move back just to get another pick, that everything was already on the board. We could have just had what we wanted right when
yeah.
we, so I mean, and that's
He
understandable
also
because
said.
a
He
lot of
also
them.
said I wasn't that mad. I wasn't that mad. I can't believe it's been blown up. Like he's not coming out and saying yes. I was pissed how he sucked. He's not saying that to the camera's
Yeah.
face. So I don't listen
But
to whatever none of them say.
he said in the 10 years that he's been on the team, this has been the best drafts that they
True.
put together.
Yeah, and that was a very good line. That was a very good line. All that PR BS, I don't. I see through all of that. He's not gonna come out and be like, "Yo, Howie trash, bro." Like, I need to be the GM. That Howie is trash. Everybody know how, bro. He picked Milton Williams, and Jeffrey Lurie was talking like nobody even cared. He had to go for. He hit Jeffrey Lurie to turn around. He had to force out fist bumps. Howie is trash, bro. And I hope next year around this time he's gone, bro. He's
Nah,
trash.
can
He's
I
not
just
good.
talk about how mad, like how annoying his voice is? Every time he does press conferences or I hear him talk, it is so like he has that voice where you just want to punch him in the face. Like, yo, shut up.
Well, I know I'm
Shut
Before
up.
punching
we
him.
move on, I just want to
Yeah.
I just want to say 'cause I'm leaving a player out. I'm leaving a player out. Cameron McGroom from Michigan linebacker.
We can't
Got
see
him
it,
in the
bro.
fifth round. Bill got him in the fifth round.
Yeah,
He was the second round. He has a second round grade. He was supposed to go in the second round, but he got hurt, so he fell to the fifth. Got him in the fifth round. So again,
Oh yeah.
more value
No,
picks.
we can't see you though, Troy.
Yeah, you disappeared.
Well, I'm off.
Yeah, you Nightcrawler. Yeah, you no. Yeah.
Now we have technical difficulties over here.
Yep. Yeah,
Gucci.
definitely are. Yeah, we back.
All
Yeah, you
right.
said, can I just make it? You said, can I left somebody out? You get in the room. Get, but yeah, nah, that was a great pickup too. I feel like a lot of Wait, you said who again? Oh, Cameron
Cameron
Maroon.
McGroom.
Yeah. Michigan. Michigan has a lot of sleepers like on the D line. Their front seven in general. Like they have a lot of sleepers all the time. But let's get into defense. So, what defensive player do you think is gonna make the biggest impact outside of Mika Parsons? You already said.
Yeah, I already said Michael Parsons.
Yeah, that's the most obvious pick. So we got someone else.
But I think J.C. Horn. I think J.C. Horn going to Carolina, that was such a great pick for them. I really thought that they was either going to trade back or they was going to get a quarterback. And they did neither. They picked up J.C. Horn, and I think that he's going to make an immediate impact in that backfield. He's. I love J.C. Horn. I wanted him on the Eagles, so that was a great pickup for me. I think that he's going to have immediate impact.
Talk to me, Troy. Who you think is gonna be the biggest defensive impact?
Biggest defensive impact. I think
Yeah,
first round or in general.
first round. I guess in general.
Um,
You say in general, he gonna pick a Patriot.
I was going that way. But I think it's Pat Surtain. I think it's Pat Surtain. On the opposite side of who's the other corner in Denver?
Casey
Right.
Hayward, I think, went over there.
Yes, you put him on the opposite side.
Mhm.
You got Von Miller coming back. I think that's what I'm saying. That's he's gonna make a big impact in
And
that.
they
Role.
already have a top 10 defense. So
Mhm.
I mean that he really shores up a position and need for them as well. I really thought that they
Yeah,
was gonna go out a quarterback as well. I thought they was gonna get Justin Fields when he was still available.
yeah. You just took my pick, so now I got to pick somebody else. I think, damn, damn. Well, I think the biggest defensive impact, since you just took my damn pick, I think it would probably have to be. I don't know if that's going to be the biggest though, but I feel like it could be a very great impact. Eric Stokes from Georgia, the cornerback, he
Okay.
went to the Packers. He's a very raw.
Yeah,
He has
he's
a good
very
talent,
raw.
very
Yeah, he's
very
very
raw,
raw.
but he's super athletic, and he has Jair Alexander on the other side, and I feel like they can coach him a lot. But if he can become something, that Packers defense will be defensing. I don't know if Aaron
I
Rodgers will be
really
there.
I thought you was gonna say Quiddy Pay, to be honest with you. Quiddy Pay would have been my second one. I really like him. I
I
think
don't
he's
know.
very explosive coming off the line. Yeah, that was a good pickup
Oh my
for the Colts
God. Can I
position.
reverse that? Can I erase that, bro? Erase
Mm-hmm.
that. Erase what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
JOK is going to be the biggest defensive impact in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Then
Oh my
Cleveland. Cleveland
God,
getting
I
Yo,
nasty over
Cleveland
there.
completely
had a really
forgot.
good draft.
I completely
They
forgot
Getting
had
about
a
nasty over
you.
there.
Got
really
you put
good
him.
draft.
You got Miles Garrett and Jadavian
Nasty.
Clowney on one coming off the edges. That's
And you
going
Nasty.
to
got
open
him
up
tearing up.
everything for
Yeah,
him. He's
yeah,
flying
him
over.
Bro.
tearing up the
Yo, he's
inside.
going to
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
biggest
Mm-hmm.
impact day
Bro,
one.
they
Day
got
one of Cleveland.
Denzel Ward on one side, Greedy Williams
Yeah,
coming back. They
yeah.
getting nasty
He's a
over there. They really
beast.
becoming dogs.
Yeah.
We sped through this way quicker than I thought. So let's get into this Aaron Rodgers stuff real quick, man. We're gonna close out with this Aaron Rodgers stuff. I don't even I'm just saying my piece real quick. I've been saying this for years. Aaron Rodgers has been one of the most disrespected Hall of Famers since LeBron James. That organization, even though he has a ring, they've been failing him from the jump. This man has never had a first round pick, wide receiver drafted. They've been failing him from the jump. They don't give this man nobody. They want him to be Superman. This man got hurt so many times for them. He does everything. How the hell y'all making personnel decisions without one of the best football players ever? Like
Yeah.
ever. I feel like if he had half of Tom Brady's rings, they would consider him the best quarterback ever. He would be the GOAT. And they've been failing him for so long. Aaron Rodgers, get out of there if you want, bro. Get your money, do whatever. You got all the leverage, bro. Well, not really because you're on a contract, but they've been disrespecting you for too long, bro. Put your foot down. You don't have too much left in your career. You know what I'm saying? You should have way more rings. That's why I'm team Aaron Rodgers. A Rod.
I'm
I am
team.
too. I am
I'm
too.
team
Cause
Aaron
he
too,
he
man.
he like you said, you already said he's been the most disrespected player in the league by far, bro. Like you got the Bears letting Andy Dalton know that they're gonna take a quarterback, right? He hasn't even played a snap, but they let him know that they're gonna take Justin Fields, right? We're gonna trade up, we're gonna take a quarterback. You
Mm-hmm.
got the Vikings, they let Kirk Cousins know that they're gonna take
Mm-hmm.
Kellen Mond in the second round. Like, we're gonna let you know,
Yep.
we're taking your backup. We're gonna take a quarterback for competition.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers didn't let Aaron Rodgers know shit last year when they took Jordan Love, bro. Like, how do
Nope.
you do that? Like, why?
When
Like,
you
why?
really need a receiver,
And
like that's
nobody
close to the
saw it
point.
10
coming.
years in a row,
Nobody
10
saw it
years,
coming.
nine
That was
times out of the
crazy.
past 10 years, they've taken a defensive player in the first round, bro.
Mhm.
You would have think
That's
that the Packers have the
crazy.
best defense in the league, bro. If you
Yep.
take
That's a
nine
fact.
defensive players, 9 out of 10, you have the best defense of all time, bro. Like,
That's crazy.
they,
Hey,
but the one offensive player they take is Jordan Love. That's
Yeah.
disrespect. It's
who
disrespect.
held zero, and they literally took him, bro. After, because remember they got knocked out. I think who knocked them out? The Saints or the Vikings? Who
At
knocked?
the,
Oh no, that was the
Manchester
they
City,
Niners.
knocked
That was the
Niners.
Niners.
they knocked them
And
at
they
the
was this close.
divisional round.
They was
Mm-hmm.
this close to go to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Richard Sherman and the Niners defense had Devontae Adams on Shaqs. They had
Yeah.
nobody else to throw the ball to.
And that just shows.
Nobody else.
That
Nobody
just show
else.
that just shows that you have that championship window. They've been in the NFC
Yep.
Championship game for the past 2 years. You have a
Yep.
championship window. Cater around Aaron Rodgers and get it done. They're not doing that. He
No.
has to get out. I'm not even mad
He
at
has
him right
to.
now. He has to get out.
No, the
I'm not
GM
mad
got to
at
get. That's one of them.
I'm not mad at Aaron. My thing is when you're Richard Sherman said it best today. He was when he was on first take. He said it best. He said that Aaron is not only he should feel disrespected, but he should feel slighted. At the very end of the day, not only do you not involve me into personnel decisions, you don't involve me into who I think guys should go for in free agency, which Green Bay is historic about not even picking up top free agents. They wait until after the free agency window is gone and see what scraps are left to try to plug in holes. And then on top of that, you look at the draft. they've been one of the franchises that haven't drafted well as well. You know, in 10 years, 9 defensive players taken in the first round. You name me more than Jair Alexander who's actually panned out?
That's
No,
what I'm saying. That's
neither
what I'm
can I.
saying.
And
Yeah,
yeah, neither
maybe
can
Kenny
I.
Clark, but I don't
And,
know if
and
Kenny Clark was a.
yeah, but
I don't know if he was a
Kenny
first round
Clark
guy.
has. I don't know about that either. But Kenny Clark is still like the jury's still out on him as well. You know, he still hasn't had enough
Exactly.
games under his belt. But my thing is, it's like when you look at it from in a microcosm, look at
Let's
it
go.
from that way. Look at it from that way. You're taking all of these defensive players when there's still so much offense on the table. They could have had KJ Hamler last year. They could have had they was it last year? Was it last year that they
Last
picked
year,
Yeah,
supposedly
Jordan
they
Love?
wanted Justin
Right.
Jefferson last year. They
Right.
wanted Justin Jefferson last
And they
year.
could have had him too. My thing is, it's like you have all these, and then it's not like you don't go into the draft without any picks. They're not known for trading away their picks. If anything, they trade back and they get a different player or whatever. But they're not known for going in and I want this free agent or I want this one of your top players and I'm gonna trade one of my picks for it. They don't do that. They keep all their picks. When they go into the draft, they always have 7 picks. At the very least, they always have 7 picks. So you're telling me that out of all 7 picks that you have in all 7 rounds, you can't find me a different type of threat that I could put on the other side of Devontae, and you're gonna have what the fourth or fifth rounder, and hoping that they pan out. Marquez Vanding
Van
Scantling,
yeah,
Scanlon.
that's Scanley.
fourth round pick. I'm not saying that he's not good, but he's a fourth round pick.
He's
He's
not
a
that
fourth
good.
round pick.
He's a deep threat. He made some
Now
plays.
a
he's
Make
cool,
some
but I'm
he's
plays.
saying
a
that's what
fourth
Aaron Rodgers will
round
do to you, though. But
pick.
he's not a really.
No, yeah,
That's
He's
yeah.
not
say
something.
he's yeah, and every receiver that's been there have gotten the Aaron Rodgers treatment. And then when you have players that are gonna be free agents or whatever, and Aaron is sitting there telling you, I want him back, I need him. Jordy Nelson is a prime example. Who else was it? He just got upset with the one of the receivers that that
Kuma or something. Something with
Kumaro.
a K.
Right. He loved Kumaro. He said that Kumaro was a stud. He had great chemistry. He knew where Kumaro was gonna be. This, that, and the third. And what happens? They cut him before the season even starts.
He literally vouched for him and said he's a lock to make the. He said I think he's a lock to make the roster. Then they cut him like a couple of days later.
That is ridiculous. Not only, and you know what? When you look at it that way, and they cut him 3 days after you get a praise from your MVP quarterback, you get cut. And what happens? Are you not supposed to be mad? Are you not supposed to be upset? Are you not supposed to just sit there and be like, "What is this organization doing for me?" It's like UPS. What can Brown do for you? Well, Green Bay. What can the Chiefs do for you? Like nothing. Nothing.
How they need to fix the problem. First of all, what's that quarterback? No, the coach Matt Lafleur. Yeah, Matt Lafleur. First of all, if he really wants Aaron Rodgers, as he should, he needs to put his foot down.
Who doesn't want Aaron Rodgers?
The GM needs to go.
Nah, he
Like
has to
they
go.
need.
He has to go.
Obviously, he
Was
needs to
it
go.
Ted Bunkerist or Bunkerist or whatever his name is? He gotta
Ted
go.
Booty Cheeks. Ted
Yeah,
Booty
he gotta
Cheeks.
go. He has to go. Yeah, I think you muted. I
You
don't know.
muted,
Nobody.
Troy. You muted.
My fault. That hit me now? That hit me now?
Yeah.
Hit me now? My fault. Matt LaFleur, I get you. I get it.
LaFleur.
He wants Aaron Rodgers. LaFleur. LaFlower. LaFlower in the pot. Listen, if he wanted Aaron Rodgers, bro, if he wanted him as bad as he claims he wants him, he would have let him go for it on fourth down in the playoffs against Tom Brady, bro.
Yeah, that
Like,
was weird.
like
That was weird.
if Aaron Rodgers is your guy,
Don't take the ball away from your MVP quarterback.
you give him the ball in that situation, bro. So
But to put the blame on Aaron should have ran it. He shouldn't have thrown the ball. He had nothing but green in front of him. He should have ran the
he
ball.
did, but again, that was third down. He thought,
And I get it.
and like he said, he thought he was
He thought it was
operating
another
with
down.
4 downs. He thought he was operating with four
Yeah.
downs. So he threw
I
it. He
think
threw
it
it.
was a-
Okay, incomplete. I'm going back for it on fourth down.
Exactly.
He didn't get
I
that
think
chance.
I think it was just a dumb call, dumb moment, big moment. Sometimes people, you know what I'm saying? Everybody
That's
can't be
true.
Doug Peterson.
Don't give the
Doug
ball
Peterson, what
back.
up, baby?
Look, you don't give the
Everybody can't be
ball
Doug
back, yo.
Peterson.
Their defense, and that was the first time that the Bucks defense showed cracks. Going against Green Bay, that game, they showed a lot of cracks. Aaron was able to pick them apart. He was able to move the ball downfield. They showed, I'm not saying it was a bend but don't break type of thing. They bent, but they didn't break. But
They
you
folded
saw,
when they played the Chiefs in that first
They
half.
could have,
The
bro.
Chiefs, the Chiefs folded them up in that first half. Not the
oh
Super Bowl,
yeah,
but the first time they
yeah, the
folded them
first
Oh
time.
yeah.
three ways.
But
And I mean, they bent back. They did bend back and came back, but the Chiefs folded them up a couple of times. They looked like a
yeah,
little Beyblade. They,
I feel bad for Aaron, man. I feel bad. Imagine being the most valuable player of the league
hmm
being treated like you're just this rookie
This would be the
17th
first
round.
time. This would be the first time an MVP has ever switched teams after winning MVP the
hmm
previous season. They said so. If he doesn't
I
play
don't
with the
think
Packers,
They're not
I
trading him.
feel like that
They're
they're
not
not trade.
trading
That's what
him.
I'm saying. They're gonna play hardball. Aaron Rodgers gonna have to retire or something corny. Like the Packers is so corny.
He's
They
gonna
the
have to
talent.
do
What they
exactly.
do, bro?
He's gonna have to do exactly what what's his face did when he was on the Bengals. Carson Palmer. He's
Carson
gonna have
Palmer.
to pull a Carson Palmer. He's gonna have to pull a fake retirement and force their hand. And yeah, what happened when Carson Palmer did it? They traded him week 3 because they needed something from because whoever was the backup was not a good backup. And the
that's
Bengals
the
haven't
Who was the back?
Bengals haven't I forget who it was, but he came in and lost those 4 games.
Forgot.
It was
that's the
like, nah,
thing.
we gotta trade and try to get a first rounder or something.
But that's the thing. That's the front one. That's the Bengals. But two, the Packers are just the Packers. Like they're so stubborn. They're so old fashioned. Like they wouldn't
Yep.
care. And if they have his backup in place, they just spent a first round pick on Jordan Love, so they would feel like,
Yep.
all right, Aaron, you're gonna hold out. You fine, you do that. We'll just put Jordan Love in
hmm
and get what we can get from
Yeah,
that. You
but
know what I'm saying? So
that's a big difference with that championship window. 'Cause their championship window right now
of
was
course.
like it was
But
open,
again,
and
they're
now it's like
stubborn.
yep, and now it's like the projects window that don't really open. You know how you open it and stop right there. They man, the Packers they about to do Aaron Rodgers dirty because he don't have that many years left, and like if you got a holdout or something, like that's a whole nother year, bro. Of like just trade him. At this point, just trade him. Just move on. Go with Jordan Love. That's what y'all drafted him for anyway. Like just go. Like the Packers is corny, bro. I hate that.
it's
I'm starting to hate that organization. I
Yeah,
hate Brett
Clark,
Favre.
Clark said it best. Clark said it best today on Wake Up Morning or whatever it is with Greeny. He was like, "Yo, that at this point, Aaron just needs to get cozy with the front office real quick, just so he could be like, look, I want y'all to live y'all best life. Let me leave so y'all can live your best life without me."
yeah, do it apart. Yeah. He was like,
They're not
let's
gonna
live
do
our
that
best
though.
lives apart. But
They're not gonna do that.
they're not gonna do it,
I mean,
and
he's
it's like,
he's not
I mean,
gonna
I
do
don't
it,
know.
and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. As much as they have done for him, what have they really done for him? He's done everything for them. They
Where
haven't done
A
anything for
fact.
him.
they haven't done anything for him. Where so if he does make it out of Green Bay, because he really does, he has the leverage, but he don't because he has 3 years still left on his contract. It's not
He
like
has
next
2
year is
years.
his
He has two
contract year.
years. He has 2 years.
hmm
2 years,
Two years
okay.
left. Yeah, and
So
then on
again,
top of
it's
that,
not
it's not guaranteed. So they literally could dock
right.
him. It doesn't matter. They could literally dock him. He would not get
Where
paid if he doesn't play.
where is the best possible spot for him if he makes it out of Green Bay?
Denver.
I think Denver too. I feel like if you go
Denver.
to Denver, the Denver will. It's. I
Denver
mean,
immediately
they got to
becomes a
get out
contender.
there. They got to get out their division with the Chiefs. But them games, whoo, I bet you those will be primetime games every single time they face,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll immediately be a
Yeah,
championship
immediate.
team.
Yeah, yeah,
Immediately, the
immediately.
moment he put on those ugly jerseys, they're immediately a championship team. Jerry Judy, Colin Sutton, KJ
KJ
Hamler,
Hamler,
Melvin Ingram. No,
and
not
they
Melvin
got and
Ingram.
they and
Excuse me.
no
What's the running back
Gordon,
name?
Melvin Gordon,
Melvin Gordon, yeah, Melvin Gordon. Philip Lindsay.
Patrick Lindsay.
I think Philip Lindsay. No,
Nah,
Philip
Philip
Lindsey
Lindsay.
went to the
Oh, he
Texans.
No,
left.
Lindsay
Yeah,
went
he
to the
left.
Texans, but they
He
just
left.
drafted another running back
It's
to
nasty over there.
complement him.
Top
Yeah,
three
so
defense for the last couple of years.
yep.
Whoo wee, whoo.
And you
I mean,
got
I
Von
And
don't.
Miller returning.
That's the AFC.
They immediately become the contender, just like when Peyton Manning decided to go there. They immediately
Exactly.
become a contender.
that's
And
what
I
and
think another
I
a
remember
sleeper.
saying
The
I
sleeper is
remember saying
49ers.
I remember saying that John Elway loves his veterans, and remember when you was like he's gonna give up on Drew Lock. I said he might just
Nah,
wait it
yeah,
out for Aaron Rodgers
yeah.
because
He
you
does
know
love his
what's
veterans.
happening.
I don't. I think the Niners is that door is closed once they drafted Trey Lance. Trey Lance.
I don't think so. I don't think
That
so.
door is closed.
I don't think so.
You don't. They gave
Even
up way
even
too much.
even
Mortgage the
even if
future
you
already.
even if you have him there as a placeholder for the 2 years, at least it gives Aaron a chance to go there and play for the team that he always wanted to go to. And but then again, it's kind of like, does Aaron really still want to go to San Francisco after they blatantly passed on him? That's one of those things. I
What you
mean,
mean
if
they
I was
passed on
if
him?
I was
I
they
think
passed.
San Francisco gave up.
He wanted to go
They
there.
gave up way too much already. They gave up way too much to get Trey Lance. They don't have enough to go get Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers now. So
yeah.
They picked Alex Smith over him.
Oh, you talk about back then? I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I'm
that's
talking about.
yeah,
damn
His last,
old.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
that's
a
the
long
thing.
time
That's the,
ago.
if I'm Green Bay and I want to be petty, I'm gonna send him over there. I'm gonna send
that's
him
not
to a
being
team. I'm gonna
They're
that's
send
not
him to.
being petty.
they're not going to
I'm,
trade
That's a
for
I'm
him.
great
gonna send.
situation. He's gonna win a Super Bowl there. That's not being petty.
I'm gonna send him
You
to a
put him on
team.
the Niners, he's winning the Super
I'm gonna
Bowl.
send him to a team he don't want to go to. I'm gonna send him to I'm gonna send him to like Las Vegas or
You
something
can
like
send him
that. Send him to the
anywhere,
Raiders.
and he will ball out. He will ball out
Nah,
anywhere.
that's
It's
a fact.
Aaron
That's a fact.
Rodgers.
It's Aaron
You can
Rodgers.
send him anywhere. Send him to the Jets, the Jaguars. Think about the top teams. The Jets, the Jaguars. He's balling anywhere. It's Aaron
Because
Rodgers.
because all of those teams have better weapons than what he has in Green Bay
Yep,
right now. So he's
exactly.
gonna
Which
ball
is
out
sad.
anywhere.
They were saying that a
Which is
sleeper is
crazy.
Miami. That Miami might be in Miami might be trying to fill some phone calls to try to get him. And I think if he goes to Miami, oh my gosh, bro, that's crazy.
They
I
definitely
don't
got to
know that
send two.
either.
They definitely got
They
to
take
send
that's
two.
how they would
Yeah,
have
they
to, but
would
then
send
that
two.
don't make sense to receive because you just spent your first on Jordan Love. That's why I'm saying it. The
Mhm.
Jordan, it doesn't even make sense because now if
Doesn't.
they send two, then what you do with Jordan Love? Keep him on
Exactly.
the bench again, or let them battle
Exactly.
it out?
I mean, but is Jordan Love that good? That
We don't know. They
is he that good? But that's the
we don't
thing though.
know, but
Nobody
I'm
knows.
saying, but
Nobody
their
knows what
scouts,
you're getting out of Jordan Love.
their scouts view him way highly than we do. That they drafted him where they drafted him, and that over a receiver, over the reason y'all lost
So
a couple of months before.
Jordan Love was going into the second round. He was gonna be a second round pickup. And
He
Green
was.
Bay reached. Green Bay reached. They reached because they wanted the success of the Aaron Rodgers, but not only that, Green Bay only views their quarterbacks for the first 16 years of their career. You look at Brett Favre. Brett Favre played for Green Bay for 16 years. Aaron
I mean,
Rodgers just finished his 16th year.
You
I
think
mean
Jordan
That's
Love is playing
that's a
16 years?
I'm
yeah.
not. No,
16 years is
I
like
don't.
an average. That's an average
I don't.
of. That's a
I
long
don't know.
time.
I don't know
That's an
about Jordan Love.
achievement, bro. You to play
I don't know
16 years
about
as a
Jordan
That's
Love.
what I'm
starting
saying.
quarterback? Like, nah.
A lot of quarterbacks don't do that. You're thinking about like Tom Brady and
Yeah,
Drew Brees.
that's
That's
elite
abnormal.
status. That's elite
Yeah, and
status.
Aaron Rodgers hasn't even played for 16 years. He's only actually played for like what, 12? He's been on.
Yeah.
He's
Well, I
been
mean,
with Green Bay for 16 years, but he's only actually started like 12.
but that's because I think he
He
was
was
sitting for
behind.
like two,
Yeah, you
He was
sitting
sitting
and
for
behind
he
like 3 years
and
Favre.
he
behind
had
Brett
like
Favre.
three career season injuries or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a real reason he hasn't. But Jordan Love, I mean, they view Jordan Love way highly than we do. We honestly don't know what Jordan Love is. We don't know what he will be, but it's gonna be interesting, man. It's they have when you if you trade Aaron Rodgers, bro, you lose the team as a whole. People not gonna want to play. Devontae Adams, they need to go to a meeting. Matt LaFleur it needs to be Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur versus the GM. I don't know what the owners. I'm sure the owner don't want to get
No,
rid
but
of
but
Aaron
that's the
Rodgers at
thing though.
all.
Green Bay is owned by like Green Bay. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
literally
yeah.
owned by the fans.
They
It's
owned
not
by the
like a
fans.
specific owner. Like
Yeah,
they would literally have to get with like whoever has stocks in Green Bay. They would have
yeah,
to sit
Yeah,
down with the entire city and be like, "Look, we need this person." That's the only way that they could get the GM kind of fired. Like at the
yeah.
end of the day, like
but
they have a owners meeting where everybody like votes to see who gets put into different positions. Like,
yeah,
oh, we want this GM, we gotta have a vote. Oh, we want a new coach, we gotta have a vote. Like that's literally how it goes.
That's a
yeah,
fact.
So that's
that's what it
that's
is. What I'm
that's that's
saying.
what makes it so tough in Green Bay. The fact that you don't have
Yeah,
a one set owner that could be like, all right, nah, this guy gotta go. It's kind of like with Robert Kraft with Jimmy Garoppolo when Tom Brady went to Robert and he was like, look, I'm the quarterback. You guys shouldn't have drafted Garoppolo, trade him, and they traded Garoppolo.
Hmm.
That's they Aaron can't do that. Aaron literally has to bring Matt LaFleur up up to Bunkerest or whatever his name is and be like, yo, bro, kick rocks. Something gotta change.
Like EG just did.
Yeah, like EG just
Like
did.
EG just did. But yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. And And to go back on what made them, what
Really
prompted
playing
them to,
musical
I
chairs
think
right
what
now.
I think what
Nigga
prompted
said,
them to go in and get Jordan Love was
He was
one,
just coming
the
over injury.
fascination with getting the next Pat Mahomes, because he was compared to Pat
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes, just like Trey Lance, and
but you
almost
said
every
who?
dual threat
Jordan
quarterback
Love.
is going to be from now on. You want that next year. You want that next Pat Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
And two is getting the fifth year option. That fifth year option on a quarterback is everything if he's going to be
Mm-hmm.
your starting quarterback for the future. But if you're going to draft a quarterback in the first round and have him sit for 2-3 years,
You can't. That doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm
Not in the
saying? So
first round. You don't draft
not
a
in the
quarterback
first
in the
round.
first round and have him sit for like
No,
three or
I was
four
cooking.
years. And the only other person that's ever done that was Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers was drafted in the first round. He was drafted 26th in the first round or some shit like that, and he sat for 3 to 4 years behind Brett Favre. Then again, he was sitting behind Brett
I
Favre.
think it was.
So that's the only thing
I
that
think it
kind
was
of
two.
makes it.
Yeah, I think he
Was it?
sat for 2 years. He sat for two.
Either
I think it
way,
was.
either way, that's way too long for a first round pick to be sitting.
Well, back then it was a little different.
Back then
It was
is
more,
different,
yeah.
but
They
nowadays,
did
like
that back
that
then, but
fifth
that
year
money,
option is a
yeah.
cheat code. So you need
Everything
to get that quarterback
contractually
in.
changed now. Money wise,
Mhm.
financially, everything changed now. That's what everything changed after Jamarcus Russell with Sam Bradford.
Right.
Everything really changed after that. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers, man, I hate Brett Favre too. I'm not even gonna get into that. I don't like Brett Favre at all, bro.
I
He's
mean, I
the
love them as a player. I don't like him
I
now.
love him as, but I hate him
I hate him
as
now.
a regular
Yeah.
person. I hate Brett Favre as a regular person. I'm not even gonna get into it, but I hate Brett Favre as a regular person. But yeah, man, Aaron Rodgers, it's crazy. We talking about I think he is the greatest quarterback of all time. But if you talk about accolades and all that, obviously it's
It's Brady.
Tim Thomas Brady. But
Thomas
if you
Brady.
talking about if you talk put A Rod on the Patriots, I feel like they're running it up. I feel like he's beating the Giants, and not the Eagles in Super Bowl 52. But I feel like he's beating every other team they lost to. You know
Smoking
what I'm
them.
saying?
Smoking them.
You know what I'm saying? He beating every other team.
Brady
But
smoked them by himself. It was the
Yo,
defense that gave it
yo.
away.
So before we end this episode, I would like to just ask our Patriot counterpart a question. So Brady had recently said on the radio interview that if he could give away 2 rings just to win that 19-0 season when they lost against the Giants, he would be okay with that. And he would have retired. How do you feel about that?
That's fine, because that would mean he would give one from Tampa away. So it's giving one from our Super Bowls away. But yeah, I wish we would have had the perfect season. So I feel like who wouldn't want to go down in history as, you know what I'm saying, the only perfect 19-0 season ever. Like,
Yeah, I mean Dan Marino did, but that was back when it was like,
yeah, like
yeah,
13,
it was. It
11
was. I think it
games.
was 17-0 or something like that.
it's 17 and
I'm
0,
about to
but
go.
19 and
Yeah.
0.
I'm about to go watch that season again. Y'all ran through the league in that season, bro. It was funny because the only three teams was the Eagles, the Giants, and the Ravens. Those are the only three teams we lost by 3 points, and I think that everybody else was like spankings.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the Giants actually beat y'all. We'll be the
The
only
Giants
three
gave us a
teams.
problem. We played the Giants that year, the week 17, they gave us a problem. And I knew going into that Super Bowl, for some reason in my heart, I just felt like we wasn't gonna win it. Like like deep down inside, for some reason,
It's
I just
like
felt
too
like we
perfect
wasn't gonna beat
almost.
them. Both
It's like
times,
too
both
perfect.
times we
Yep.
played the Giants, I just felt I had that feeling in the back of my mind, like, nah, this it's not gonna happen tonight, and that's what happened.
Yeah, their O line was nasty. I'm not gonna lie. You talking about Quincy
Elon,
Enunwa? I mean D line. Yeah, that's that O
Yeah,
line.
D-line.
Yeah, they D
That
line was
D-line was
nasty.
crazy.
And then they
Flipping
created that
crazy.
NASCAR package too. It was over. I'm about to look at the scores right now of that 2007 season.
it was like
Let me
52 to nothing against
see.
Tennessee and
It's
69 to 3
it's
against.
nasty work, bro. Jesus.
It was a
Hold on.
massacre.
Let me see. Oh, Jacksonville put up some points. Let me see. Boom. You got. I don't know what's not in order. Hold on. I'm trying to find the order. All right. Boom. It started with the playoffs. All right. Boom. So we got 38 to 14, 38 to 14, 38 to 7, 34 to 13, 34-17, 48-27, 49-28, 52-7. Oh my God. Oh, the
That was
Colts.
the
The Colts.
that was the Titans game, right?
Nah, it was the Redskins.
Oh, it was the Redskins.
Tom Brady's stats is crazy, bro. But the Colts. The
Brady
Colts
Moss
was
was going off every
the 20,
game.
24
But that
24
same
to
mentality
20 with the
from that
Colts.
season, that's how Bill feels this season, bro. I'm telling you. He's gonna try to run up the score on
56.
everybody
Oh
this
my
year, exactly
God.
how he did it in 07, just like that.
56-10. 28-31, which was the Eagles. And yeah, AJ Feely played that game. I remember. Baltimore 27-24. And then Pittsburgh was 34-13. The Jets was 20-10. Miami 28-7. 35-38. That was the Giants game. And then that was the postseason. Postseason Jacksonville put up 20. It was 20-31.
Wait, who was our quarterback? Who was our quarterback that year?
AJ Feely. Well, that's he played that year.
AJ.
He played that game. I think McNabb was hurt.
Yo, you remember Jeff Garcia?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I used to every time he came in for McNabb, I used to be hyped.
He was cool. He was a little older. He was better on the Niners.
Why? Because he's a Latina? Because he's Latino? he's a Latin brother, so he
y'all got any,
used to salsa every time, used to merengue when he come into the game.
He used to be banging a
used to shake.
What's the noise? He'd be banging an adobo. It's like
used to pour that song on your head.
Yo, y'all got any draft wrap-ups, man? Any draft wrap-ups, extra comments y'all got to say about the draft as we conclude the 2021 NFL draft?
Raiders suck at drafting. Yeah, that's it. Raiders suck at drafting.
I think Belichick knocked it out the park. A+ for the Patriots. I think a lot of teams really did a good job drafting that I didn't expect to do a good job drafting. Like the Jets got better.
Cleveland, in my opinion, probably had the best draft.
Right. But a lot of teams got better. A lot of teams got really good, and it was a good draft. It was a really good draft.
Yo, this was like the most surprising. I've never seen so many trades and so many in the first round. I've never seen that before.
Well, I mean, that was predicted, though, a lot of trades. But for me, I'm going to start off with saying thank you, Jerry Jones. You know what I'm saying? We got Devontae Smith, Jerry Jones, which is the third.
I mean, we did kind of like give them CeeDee Lamb last year, so
we didn't give him it. We just didn't take him. That's our fault.
We should have traded up, but
thank you, Jerry Jones. Thank you, Howie Roseman, for finally drafting a good player in the first round. No shade, Derek Barnett. You average though. Thank you, Howie Roseman. You know what I'm saying? Justin Fields, most disrespected NFL player in the draft. Now he's in the league. He's the most disrespected superstar in the league. He's coming for blood. And
he's not the most disrespected. He's not the most disrespected. Most disrespected.
Yeah, well, Aaron Rodgers. Facts. And I'm gonna end it off with saying fire Howie Roseman.
Fire out, yo, bro. Next episode.
Yo, next episode you gotta have that on the shirt.
We're getting the fire.
All right. I'm really get a shirt. Fire Howie Roseman, bro. We getting out of here.
Doing that
with his face. You gotta have with his face with a picture of him trying to give a pound to
Tom
anyone, because he was forcing him to. He was hitting Jeffrey Lowe in the back, like, hey, yo, get out of here, bro.
He's such a cornball, bro. All right, man.
So wrap, fellas.
3 AmiBros.
So 7 in the book.
Siete.
Episode Siete.
Episode Siete. Peace and love.